continuing with weird shit going on with consoles. I believe this is something that Steam once considered and then dropped, although I could be wrong. But Microsoft is considering trade-ins on digital games, which doesn't make any goddamn sense because how do you trade in something that's infinite and not physical?
And not actually ever used. Like, it's not like a physical game that you can, scratch or make dirty.
So basically what it appears to be is a really, really small discount program. Not so much a trade-in, but and this to me doesn't seem like it's dumb. So you're not trading anything in.
What, bits and bytes?
What it looks like is they're contemplating allowing you for a downloaded digital game. They're contemplating allowing you to basically revoke your license to use it, wipe it off your system, and you'll get 10% of what you bought it for in credit towards another game. That's nothing.
That's robbery. That's basically robbery. Because they're not getting anything back for the trade-in, except if they want to get the game again, they're going to have to pay full price again.
So if you buy a $60 game, you're getting $6 in credit towards something else.
That's why not just give the discount anyway for being a good customer
and then
frequent buyer club or something? My
other question is this: what if you bought the game for $60, but when you go to quote unquote trade in your digital copy, the game's now going for $19.99? I mean, which trade-in price would you get? Because they say off the purchase price. And the other thing that I think is weird about this is, one of the things people complain about with digital titles, and Sony's kind of done good with this by having a lot of flash sales, and Microsoft might be doing this too. But the price on digital games stays just stupidly high. They never drop in price. You could go buy a physical copy of a game for $20 used, and they'll still be charging you $49 or $59 for it on a network.
Because Microsoft's not making any money on the used physical item, but they're making it on.
So, does this mean that suddenly we'll see price cuts in digital copies of games so they don't have to give you as much back? I mean, I don't know. I find the whole idea very, very strange.
It's not well thought out, just like their DRM model wasn't when they first launched the Xbox One. They're trying to find creative ways to make more money that are, I don't use this word that much, but it's asinine.
Yes. And you do use that word a bit, but it's a good word.
On the podcast I use it? Or just when I talk to you? When you upset me?
Maybe just when you're talking to me. The only good thing I can see coming out of this is, like I said, if it's based on the price the game is at currently, then there would be incentive for them to actually lower the price on digital games, which would be great, because that does need to happen. For this to work even at the least bit. First of all, you can't call it a trading because you're not trading anything in. It's not used. It's just hard drive space that you no longer have anymore. That's wiped out. It's got to be like 50% off on another game. That's the only. It has to be something like that. 10 or 20% ain't gonna cut it. It's got to be like, okay, I played this game for 5 months. I'm not playing anymore. But I want this game. Give it to me for 30 instead of 60. But they'll never do that because that's too much off the price. I would expect like 33.3% repeating. This would lead to even less digital sales, I think. Something like this. People will just say, I'll get the physical, I can trade it into GameStop at least and get more. I don't think it'll lead to less. I mean, right now there is no option, and digital sales are up like crazy. But this would discourage me from ever buying something digitally, personally. Ever. More than now with no trade-in option? I don't know why it would discourage you more. Because it's insulting. Well, sure, but I mean... on a base consumer level. No? You don't see that? Right. I kind of get where you're going, but like I said, the only positive aspect would be the potential lowering of prices, which would be good for consumers. 10%'s nothing, though. Lowering of the actual price. Oh, you mean the overall price? If they're going to discount you based on its current price, they will not want to keep games at $49.99 forever. But they'll never do that. They'll never drop the price of digital versus physical because they're making so much more profit on the digital. Well, that's fair. They'll never do that. They're just greedy bastards. What are you going to do?